What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Coach Sheed. I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into the actual video over here. Let's get into the actual story. LeBron James takes jabs at 1970s NBA while discussing the comparison of eras. And I guess Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as usual, had something to say about it, man. I mean, a lot of these old guys, and hey, I'm an old guy too. I look young, but I'm 46 years old. So, in some ways, I can relate to a lot of these old guys. I mean, I love a lot of these guys. Penny Hardaway, Magic, but at some point, we definitely have to move on, man. Just understand that things actually really truly evolve. So let's get into the actual story. You guys see it over here, and it says it talks about the 1970s was the worst decade in NBA history. The on-court product was lackluster, leading to record low attendance and TV viewership. The off-court stories were more about players abusing drugs, which up and it was an estimate up to 75% used cocaine. All right, so let's get into the whole story over here. It says LeBron James, and he was actually here on the Pat McAfee show over here. He said he's explained why he's tired of analysts comparing eras, but not before he mocked the quality of basketball in the 1970s. The game is different, and we should respect all eras that we should respect. I'm sorry, all eras and not eras. James stressed. We can't be saying okay because Wilt was great in the 1960s and 70s. He be great now. We also can't say some of the guys now won't be great then. It is what it is. Respect that era and move on. But the whole comparing the players every single day, he's better, he's not better. You're trying to tell me that Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 1970s? James asked mockingly. Giannis would have scored 250 points in the 1970s. That's no disrespect. With Kyrie Irving, they would told him you can't dribble anymore. They would have to change the rule. So you're trying to tell me Giannis won't be able to score, I won't be able to play in I'm sorry, an NBA game in the 1970s. Giannis will have scored 250 points in a game in the 1970s, and he's saying this, of course, like metaphorically. He's not meaning literally, but yeah, I think Giannis would just they wouldn't have an answer for him, and even a lot of the guys in the 1980s like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Which actually takes me into him. Some felt James was a bit hypocritical in his comments. He was right to highlight that it was unfair to compare players from different eras due to rule changes, but the evolution of skills and style of play, which is actually a fact, man. I mean, guys today are just so much better, man. We have sensors, right? Big seven like sensors that are 250 pounds that have guard skills that can actually put the ball on the floor, a floater, pull up from from the mid range, can still post up, right? Can shoot the three ball. I mean, can pass. It's insane. I mean, I was just looking at some Nas Reed's, and I know he's not he's a role player, but I mean, damn. I mean, this dude is just. And you never seen big guys be able to really kind of move like that back in the days, man. It's just I've been watching the game of basketball for over 30 years. All right, so it says the Greek freak, and then so Kareem Abdul-Jabbar over here, he actually responds, the man who held the NBA's all-time scoring title for 39 years never scored 250 points in a game. He maxed out at 55, and the Bucks legend owned the greatest go-to move in sports history, unlike Giannis, who still relies on bully ball and isn't always a reliable bucket getter in the clutch. Well, listen, yeah, against you guys, yeah, he would definitely be a reliable bucket getter. I mean, you guys would not have no type of answers for Giannis, man. I mean, a lot of y'all guys and whoever say, yo, coach, man, you actually don't know what you're talking about. Well, a lot of you guys never played against hyper athletic guys like Giannis, man. I mean, this dude is 7 foot and he actually moves like a guard. Okay. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was more like mechanical, slow, methodical. And who's to say that Giannis can actually really guard, man? I mean, he's healthy. He can really, really play defense. You're not going to move him. I mean, he's 240 something pounds. I forgot how much Kareem actually weighed, but I think, yeah, he would actually really kind of mess up like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's like efficiency somewhat, man. If he was guarding him, it won't be easy. Where was I over here? Okay, so all right, so it says Giannis. Let me just Antetokounmpo would have to contend with the elite defensive bigs like Bill Walton, Abdul-Jabbar, Nate Thurman, Bobby Jones. Finishing at the rim wouldn't have been a walk in the park like it is against Alex Sarr and Yukas Nurkic. Just saying. Oh, when you guys talk about finish at the rim, you mean throwing them to the ground? All right, which is actually fouling. Okay, all right. If you have to throw somebody to the ground, that's a foul right there. That's not defense. Okay, basketball is a limited contact sport. Okay. This is not boxing. This is not wrestling. All right. If you gotta throw them to the ground, it's a foul, which means you cannot guard them. Okay. You don't have the foot speed. You don't have the timing. To one laterally stay with him, or the timing or the strength to really kind of affect his dunk or his shot right there. So no, a lot of you guys couldn't move your feet back then. A lot of you big men, especially in the '90s, man. A lot of you guys couldn't slide your feet, like the Charles Oakley, the Xavier McDaniels, the Patrick Ewans. I mean, you seen Patrick Ewans get dunked on by guards, man. So like Penny Hardaway dunked on him, MJ dunked on him. So I mean, so you could imagine like somebody like Giannis, who's just like a 7-footer and just like a freak athlete right there, man. Okay, so let's finish this up over here, man. So this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually just taking a shot at like today's centers who are just way more skilled, right? All right, so the common consensus is that today's hoopers are more skilled with nearly every player capable of dribbling, passing, and shooting. That's not every single player, man. All right. However, certain odds maintains that the successor would have it easy. Iverson, for example, believes he averaged 43 points in the modern NBA, and that's not true right there, man. Because like you have guards like Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm saying centers and power forwards like Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bam, the Jaden McDaniels kids. A lot of these guys they move like guards. So Iverson, no, unless his 3-point shot is like really elite, nope. All that going to the rim like he was doing back in those early days, not going to happen. Not to say that he's going to get locked up or anything like that, man. But you got to be strong because like these guys today are even stronger, man, than they were even back. Like the evolution of like different ways you can work out, different ways you can actually get stronger. It's definitely evolved right there. So it's definitely it's a never ending debate, and it actually really is fun when you really think about it, man. But now Kareem, yeah, a lot of you guys back in the 1970s and the 80s, nah, it wouldn't be so easy for you guys to really kind of score like that. Yeah, wouldn't have it easy, man. Back in those days, most of the power forwards and like most of your centers were like really like slow plotting guys. They couldn't move. Like David Robinson, he couldn't slide his feet like that, man. He couldn't stay on to like get switched on to guards. I mean, that wasn't happening or anything like that, man. So yeah, interesting article right there, man. Interesting article. LeBron James, at least not trashing the era, but he's giving them their props, and he's like getting sick and tired of the whole comparison stuff. I'm tired of it too, but when you try to throw facts out there, People don't want to listen. They just go with their emotions. You can show people logic and fact, and All right, so I'll wrap this video up. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.